They've been booked a couple different times, but we're finally coming to fruition. And in a weird turn of events, Kevin Holland, who's been incredibly active, this is going to be the fourth fight this year, I do believe, is fighting Rodriguez, who seems a little rejuvenated. I don't know if that's the right term, but coming off of that win against Santiago Ponzinibbio, knocking him out, bro, that was impressive, man. I think he needed that for his mojo to have a little bit more confidence in the hands and bounce back from that 3-fight losing streak that he had. Magny, Gary, and Gastelum. You split decision Alex Morono and you beat Ponzinibbio. You're looking like a good spot. Still think he might be a little outgunned here against the 170-pound version of Kevin Holland. What do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I'm right in line with you, Derek. I do think D-Rod has that mojo back. He needed to feel, and I do think the Morono split decision, even though he got back away from that loss streak, like he got one finally in the win column, not being able to perform like you normally do and hit with that authority, hit with that power, and be the dog in the cage, I think that did do a little bit of a detriment to him. So getting the knockout on Santiago Ponzinibbio, who was also a dog in the cage, really did boost his ego going forward. And I'm interested to see how these two actually meet in the middle on this. We've seen an evolved game from Kevin Holland going forward. I mean, even the Vicente Luque submission, right, alone. But nonetheless, this guy is stopping people left and right. And at 170 pounds, we know how dangerous Kevin Holland can be. I'm excited to see how they actually mix it up. The talking gets going and who's actually going to be the one leading the fight. I think that's going to tell who's actually going to be the victor.
Yeah, man, I'm seeing a lot of people all over submission props here for Kevin Holland. I don't see D-Rod being too susceptible to getting submitted in a fight like this because I think it's going to be primarily standing, man. I think this is going to be a rock'em sock'em robots. The problem that I see, or the big question mark here is, again, Kevin Holland, you have such a massive reach advantage. Are you going to use it? We know he's going to try to find the big right hand. We know that's the kill shot right there. He's going to try to find it. You have a 7-inch reach advantage. D-Rod has to get in the pocket. He has to get past that reach and start loading up on some combos. That's the only way that you're going to be competitive in a fight right here. So I think the line is a little steep, to be frank, man. But honestly, I mean, it makes sense. Minus 500 for Holland, plus 340 for D-Rod. You knocked out Ponzinibbio, but Ponzinibbio was very small compared to Kevin Holland, and you don't have that same grappling threat that you do with Kevin Holland. Of course, he could be taken down, but front chokes, very, very dangerous against Holland right here. How does D-Rod get inside the reach of Kevin Holland?
He has to crash, Derek. One of the things Kevin Holland is really, really good at is using his movement to evade the strikes coming back. But if D-Rod is able to fight like his old self, be on the front foot, be the bully in the cage, Kevin Holland has this one thing where he puts the shoulder up and not necessarily rolls or pulls back, but he likes to get it so he can throw the counter back at you. That's when D-Rod needs to see those things. Duck under the inside. Like you said, throw some combos while you're in there and really make this a dirty dog fight. Because if you're going to be in a technical striking battle at range against Kevin Holland, where he's able to work that movement, evade, piece you up, and where you still can't reach him, it's going to be a long night. D-Rod really, really needs to get this fight on the inside no matter what, and also avoid the clinch game because Kevin Holland is dangerous in that clinch game as well.
Yeah, man. Can the 38-year-old Daniel Rodriguez keep riding this win streak? That's the question here. The real conflict that I had with this matchup wasn't who I thought was going to win, but it was how this win was going to take place. I'm still not dead on right here, but the total is 2.5 rounds, plus 116 for the over, minus 145 for the under. So if a finish is happening, either a knockout, a submission, obviously you only have so many choices right here. But like I said, people are all over these submission props for Kevin Holland. In my mind, when I just play it out, I'm just not quite seeing it here. Do you envision a knockout coming?
I envision a knockout. That's the most likely because I agree with you, Derek. I think this is going to be a rock'em sock'em robots. The only way I see this fight hitting the ground is if D-Rod is on his pressure, right? On his gas. He's really putting the pressure to Kevin. And that's when Holland knows he doesn't have the space he needs to actually get to work. And then he can implement some grappling and implement some sort of takedown to get this fight where he needs to get the momentum back. But I mean, even I'm looking at the odds right now, plus 270 on FanDuel for a submission by Kevin Holland. Not nearly as good as his plus 195 TKO prop. That's where I like this one in the TKO money.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from how this is going to go down because if there's one thing we know about Kevin Holland, he's an unpredictable guy. But I think it's fair. Money line right here. I even would throw Kevin Holland in a parlay piece right here. That's how confident I am that the victory happens here. It's just the very specifics about it that makes me a little hesitant. Should be a good fight, and unless Daniel Rodriguez does something spectacular, should be a win for Kevin Holland right here.